Welcome to That Couple Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Kimberly Gums, and
it's your boy Cleet and Gums, aka Cleet the Geek.
And we are That Couple.
We that couple.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you don't know who we are, this is a podcast where we talk about all things marriage life, parent life. We talk about rom-coms. We talk about movies we love to watch. We talk about the MCU. We talk about Disney. We're just that couple, and we know that you are that couple too.
That's right. If you listen to this podcast, apparently you're that couple. You're that couple that just like to chill. You're down to earth. You know what I mean? You about that life.
That's right.
You ain't about the former life, but you about
That's right. We ain't about that former life.
but you about good life. You're about living a good life. So that's what we just try to come bring good vibes. You know what I mean? Just share our experiences as a married couple, as millennials, the real millennials, because apparently everyone's millennials these days. That's
a whole nother
topic, right?
Yeah, we're true millennials.
True millennials, you know what I mean? 80s babies.
Yes.
And we just
and I'm a little cougar too.
Okay. But true 80s, we're 80s babies, and we just want to share our perspective on the world, marriage, family, current events, things we like, just anything we like. You know what I mean? If you like the things we like, then we gonna vibe, right? We're that couple, and y'all that couple.
That's right. And just a little background about us. Cleet and I, we've been married for a little over 13 years. We've been together for 17 years, just about. Well, in June it will be 17 years. So,
wow.
We know a little something.
We've been around the block a little bit.
Around the block a little bit.
Yeah.
But anywho, thank y'all for tuning in today. We've taken a little short break, but we're back. It started off first us taking a break for the holidays, right? Thanksgiving. Well, not Thanksgiving, but Christmas.
Yeah.
And then
well, it was Thanksgiving. Did we do one before Thanksgiving?
We did one in November.
Okay.
I just can't remember if it was before or after.
It's been a while.
It's been a little bit. But we're glad to be back this year, this new year. Yeah. Okay, because we're coming to the close of the first quarter of 2023.
Figured, so let's get the first quarter knocked out, then we'll jump back in it.
That's right. That's the idea. We're glad to be back. Mm-hmm. We're glad that you are back. So if you have not already, be sure to like this podcast, share it. We are on Spotify. We are on Apple and Google Podcasts and all major platforms. All right.
That's right. We're in the distribution.
We're in the distribution community.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, I was getting a call. My sissy was calling me.
Yeah, we're multitasking over
Yes. Anywho, so I guess, since it's been a while, let's do just a few updates, right?
Yeah.
What's been going on? So tell us about you personally, like you.
Well, it's
what you been up to, Cleet? I know, but,
It's a new year, well, it's not the beginning of the year. It's the start of second quarter just about. Yes. But for 2023, just like everybody else, we start the year with goals. And things that we want to accomplish.
Right.
So, we got some financial goals. We got some family goals. We got vacation goals, right?
That part, yes.
So I'm in the midst of it. Quarter one is over. I'm in the middle of, quarter two and three, you're in the ditch. You're in the trenches,
It's not the ditch.
Yeah. The trenches is better.
I did a little shooting hoop thing. I thought that's where you were going, but you're like, we're in the ditch.
To be honest, I didn't know where I was going with that. It never came to my mind. No, we're not shooting that kind of shot. But we're
speaking of shooting though. What? Your personal time, his self-care.
Oh, here we go.
His self-care. He's been enjoying what you've been diving into.
So for anybody who knows me as Cleet the Geek, I have been a major 2K player. You know what I mean? I'm pretty
NBA 2K, that is.
NBA 2K. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty involved, right? I was making videos. I have a whole YouTube channel. Go check that out if you ever get a chance.
Cleet the Geek.
But yeah, I spent a lot of time, working on building the community. Mm-hmm. Still got a lot of work to do. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but that was my thing, kind of my identity, NBA 2K. And, I had been, playing periodically with some of my bros. Call of Duty. And, you know, as of recent, you know, it's become kind of a thing, you know, that I'm into, you know. and I've been playing with my bros, and it's fun. It's having a good time. I'm actually liking it more than NBA 2K, which is surprisingly. So, you know, eventually I'll get back to my YouTube channel and start building that up. But yeah, you know, it's been fun. I've been doing a lot of shooting, so, and it's a good unwinding.
Is it though?
Once I finish my work day.
Ladies, wives, y'all let me know, because, you know, he says, you know, self-care, unwinding, but these things be getting tense, okay?
Somebody actually tried to play a match, and they got
and then I was messing with him.
Brutally murdered.
You didn't want to give me your tips.
Yeah,
you didn't let me use none of your weapons.
Nah.
He's like, no, I need to save
all my COD players, you know.
So I didn't have no good weapons to use.
She tried to, first of all, she wanted to jump into DMZ, okay? And if you're a COD player, you know, she going to lose my insurance.
And I had a full suit on, y'all.
Yeah, because I got to be fresh while I'm out here, you know. I'm doing espionage.
Looking like Moon Knight.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah. But anyway, it's a fun game. I've been enjoying it. So, you know, been doing that.
All I hear is friendly.
Yeah, if y'all
got husbands who play Call of Duty, y'all know what I'm talking about. Friendly.
Oh my god.
If not, Google it.
Yeah, but it's good times.
Hilarious.
It takes a lot of strategy, a lot of collaboration. You know what I mean? It's like you take Jack Ryan. It's a series I watched. We'll get into our entertainment.
Oh yeah,
section.
that is yeah. Well,
but like watching that series and like all of the strategy and the spy work and all the stuff going into that series, you start to see it in the video game. So it's pretty cool. You get to act it out. But yeah, that's what I've been on. I've been obviously gaming. That's always going to be my thing. I'm from that generation. We come up gaming, so it's part of our lives. And thank you for my wife for understanding that. You know, it took a while, you know, but she understands. And then, you know, obviously parenting. We're gonna get into our kids in a little bit,
parenting updates. Yeah.
But another big thing's been flag football coaching. It's been very rewarding and very intense. So
he's a discipline coach.
That's a whole other part of our podcast that we'll get into. But yeah, that's what I'm on. What about you?
Cool. Let me see what I've been up to since we last. We recently had a death in the family, so you know, dealing with that, going back home, and also dealing with aging family members as well. So you know, now stepping into that role right now, where I am in adulthood, to, you know, help out and take care of family. So that's been a new area right now, but you know, it's a privilege that we get to do that. So
thank you. Say that part again.
So
it is a privilege.
I love that. In other news, starting this past week, I have been, you know, focus on me. No, but anywho, I've been drinking my water and working out. So that has, I am very consistent in a lot of things, but like drinking water and working out has been one of my areas of opportunity that I have been struggling with. Okay.
And how's it been going?
My flesh has not been wanting to do it. All right. But this week I've been drinking my water. I've been working out and it's been going good.
What kind of workouts have you been doing?
So I found somebody online on YouTube. You know, I've been wanting to find something that I know that I could keep consistent with, like, and that for me, that's like movement in terms of like workout routines.
Okay.
So I found someone online.
Come on, shout them out.
It's Grow with Joe.
Okay.
I'll link her in the description. Yes, but thank you, Joe, because she's been, you know, today I was contemplating for today being my rest day, but I was like, nah, girl, go ahead, get your workout done and get it done Friday and then have weekend off. Yeah. So as of right now, that's what I'm sticking to, but it's been good and I've been moving. So it's been a struggle. You know, this is like week 1, but you know, thank God, you know, I'm getting through it.
And I'm proud of you.
Thank you. That's what you've been saying every day. I'm proud of it. The first day, oh my gosh, the first day I worked out, he went to go take the kids to school. When he came back, I had just finished. I was sitting on the couch drinking my water, and I had on this like cheetah print workout set. He was like, "What?" is going on? What in Sam Houston is going on?
Yeah, because, I know she mentioned she was going to start working out, but I'm busy doing whatever, thinking about whatever. And I come in the house, she has this cheetah outfit. I'm like, wait, what are we doing here? I got to work.
What's going
work to do.
on? And why are you so sweaty?
What are you trying to do to me here? I got to focus, But, I peep game. I'm like, oh, okay. And she's motivating me. I started, well, I'm going to say I started the year, probably was towards the end of last year. Mm-hmm. I started
eating.
Yeah, I started getting better eating habits. I've laxed a little bit, but not too far. I haven't fallen too far off. It shows that I made good habits. This is actually going to motivate me to get back on it now that I'm talking about it on the podcast. But I have been tracking. Yeah. I've been tracking my,
calories.
My calories, right? Mm-hmm. And for me, being a gamer, it's actually been pretty good because it's like I'm gamifying my my weight loss. So I'm getting back on that. But one of the things that I started to do was I can't remember his name. I want to give him a shout out. Probably I'll just put the name in the description. But I found someone on YouTube as well.
Oh yeah.
And he had this really cool concept about just mastering certain parts of working out before you move on to, just stack up on it, right? You upgrade it or you go to that next level as you can do more. So
I like that.
Yeah.
Mine are, she has like beginner, intermediate, and advanced. I'm at the beginner. Okay.
Yeah, no. And for me, it's beginner, right? Because it's like him, right? It's like it's a hard thing for me to do, right?
Yeah.
It's not something natural. Like I just want to work out. So he had it's like push-ups, it's push-ups, it's planks, it's got bend over rolls, and then what's the other thing? So I'm doing push-ups.
Abs stuff?
I don't do because the plank take care
of
the abs.
Yeah, you're right.
And these are like 4 core workouts that if you master them, you can then go to the gym and start doing them, then adding weightlifting and all that stuff like that. So anyway, she's motivated me to get back to that because when I was doing that, it was really consistent. I felt better along with eating better. I was feeling a lot better, and I'm still feeling good because I haven't fallen all the way off the wagon. But I always get better. So anyway. That's us. That's the update
that's been
in the
update.
last 3 months, 4 months since we
a little bit
maybe longer since we did the podcast. But
right,
we're back on it, and what do we
right
got next?
Now with the parenting life, kid updates. Kids are doing good in school. Just making sure when kids are in school, like parents are in school too. Whether it's
Kim is in school. I'm done.
with the assignments, projects, activities, all that stuff. So, we're getting through that. We're in the last 9 weeks right now.
Listen,
school.
Our son is in
fourth
grade.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Ooh.
Okay, I can't help him be on this. Okay. There's new math and new language
and he's a
art.
strong one in math, okay? I am the science, I am the ELA person, and he is the arts and math. Yes.
Listen, I'm done. And she think I'm playing. I'm serious. I can't when he start asking me questions and I'm helping him and I'm getting it wrong. That's when I tap out.
The video on Instagram.
Yeah.
It was a parent. I think it was Angel's husband. He did a video, a reel about, when he helped his son with homework, but the son brings back the homework, got an F on the assignment.
Listen. When your son I haven't dealt with this with our daughter, but when he started looking at you like, wait, what you doing? That's embarrassing, okay?
In his head, he's like, you idiot.
Like,
aren't you the parent?
He's like, that's an idiot. Who can help me with this? I'm better off Googling this, right?
Lord,
listen, I'm not about to be embarrassed. My script, every time he asks me, he's like, hey, can you help me? I'm not in school. You're in school. It still makes me sound like I'm smart, hey, I know the answer. I don't know about you, so that's, I gotta.
Parents, but y'all feel us about that? Come on, this new math, Listen, I mean, the project is creative stuff. I mean, that's all his alley. Like, he's artsy fartsy.
I just don't understand why they had to change the math. Like, they literally, every aspect of multiplication,
there was
division,
nothing wrong with how we learned it.
Yeah. All of those, every last one of the ways that you do math, they literally changed the method.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, That's dumb.
And every year it just gets more difficult and difficult because after elementary, that's where I'm out.
So you're gonna be out too.
Oh, he's gonna be.
Listen, you're gonna have a tutor because I can't help you, and you will not embarrass me. Okay? Yeah, my dad told me. Up there,
we're gonna need your dad has to come here for classes.
We got to get a tutor for your dad. You know what I'm saying? No, I would not be embarrassed. So anyway,
y'all, I know y'all feel us about this homework, y'all.
It's real. It's real out here. So
oh my gosh.
So homework.
But he's been outside of school, flag football. He's been doing good. Like each season, he's becoming more confident because the first season he started off with not knowing anything, just running and having fun with his friends. To now,
he didn't know what was offense, defense.
Yes,
he just had to run around.
Exactly, but now he's like running. I call him. His nickname on the field, I call him Sonic because he's very fast. So
yeah, he's pretty good. He's fast and low to the ground. So one of the parents was telling me
he's short. He's on the short end too, so he has that advantage.
Because he could get low to the ground. It's hard to grab his flags. Mm-hmm. One of the parents told me he reminds them of Warwick Dunn. So for all my Florida State fans back in the day,
I was about to say I don't know who that is.
Warwick Dunn, basically he was really known for running low to the ground and getting a lot of yardage that way. So, that made me feel good. But it's been rewarding, like to Kim's point, going from 3 seasons ago, not even knowing offense and defense. Now he's actually watching the NFL. He actually watches football. Yes. His favorite player is Justin Jefferson.
To hear him and his cousin, like when it was Super Bowl, they were watching it, and I mean we had it on the TV, but like they had it on their own iPads, and to hear them like, why did he do that? Like it was cute.
Listen, hey, I'm Cleet the Geek, so all power to the nerds. My son, pretty nerdy, right? My son and my nephew, they're pretty nerdy. So to see this little athletic side kicking in, hey. I can't say I'm not proud, okay? I want you to be nerdy because, I feel like nerds rule the world. But
it's just like you.
Yeah. But see, for me, in my generation, you had to have the athletic going outside side, or you were going to get picked on in every way, right? So my Cleet the geekness and nerdiness didn't come until later on, like high school, college, because then I felt comfortable in my own skin to admit that I like computers and I like gaming and all those things like that. But back in the day, you had to pick a sport. You had to know, I need to know all that's happening in basketball, football, and maybe baseball, right? At least in my area. So, anyway, it's good to see that side kicking in. He knows he's watching tape on YouTube.
Yes.
Watching the games.
You know what? Justin Jefferson is his favorite NFL player because, he's the one that did the gritty.
He does the gritty.
So he's, that's
so he's
his
into
play.
it. He's into it. And we're into it. I'm, me and my brothers, we're coaching the team. Mm-hmm. Their cousin's dad and one of our good friends is our brother. We call him our brother. Mm-hmm. So we're coaching the team and we got all these dynamics, right? We're dealing with parents. We're dealing with the coaches on the other squad. We're strategizing. We're coming up with plays. My brother-in-law got the boys with the
plays
with the plays on the wristband. We serious out here. We
like got little giants drooling, not drooling, but drooling.
Yeah. We're the Falcons, so we got the Falcons colors. We coordinated. Got the jerseys. It's a whole thing.
And
man.
Got shoes. The coaches got their shoes coordinated.
Yeah. We got them flaming red J's. We had to do a little something.
Oh gosh.
But anyway, it's just good times. It's good times. Obviously being involved with my kids, extracurriculum activities.
Curricular.
When I say curriculum,
extracurricular. That's okay. That's okay.
Activities. And obviously being able to have all these memories, recording all of this, because when he gets old, he'll be able to see like, oh man, this was a little season that we had. So.
Yeah.
Very rewarding. Yeah,
and I was going to say with the extracurricular, Paris, she's doing well in school as well. And, that's our dancer. She loves to dance. She'll get shy.
In front of daddy.
Yeah, she'll get shy in front of daddy. But, she's taking ballet, tap, and jazz right now. So she's been enjoying her dance classes. Her recitals.
Through the house with her tap shoes.
Yes.
What is
she's been, can I put on my dance shoes? Because she loves Just Dance, the game.
Yeah.
So... she has her routines on there as well.
Sometimes she's a pretty skilled dancer. I just have to watch it through video. So.
Yes, and her recital is coming up in June, so I know she's excited about that. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Updates with the kids. And, speaking on kids, yesterday I saw on social media, the Breakfast Club, they had a guest on there. I believe he's a therapist.
Yeah.
You have his name?
I don't have his name, but
hold on, let me get it to you.
Yeah, he'll give it on the video. Go ahead, play a little bit of the video.
It's with therapist and author Elliot Speaks. That's his at least social media name on there. And the title of it was called Why Children Should Disrespect
Why Children.
Their
Listen
Parents.
to this title. I was like, what? So, we know we were going to be doing this podcast today, right? So we thought this would be something to bring up. So let's listen to a little bit of it, and then we'll have a little dialogue on it,
Yeah, hold on.
Give y'all our thoughts on it. This is interesting.
Yeah, so let me cue it up for y'all.
All right.
You told me the other day that you feel like kids should disrespect their parents. I think parents should expect. Jason, let me put that in context. How many of you guys in this room would like to raise your children to be strong-minded, independent-thinking, ambitious kids or adults, right? Mm-hmm. Well, if you are going to instill that, part of that is confidence, part of that is voice, part of that is knowing I have value. And when you're teaching your child that, and I'm talking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the first place they practice voice is on you guys. Correct. That's the first place. So you might say to them something, and I'm going to tell you something. My mother, I had 2 brothers. My mother would say, Ellie, go do the dishes. And I would be like, why didn't you ask one of them? And that would get me popped. That would get you looked at.
That usually pop, and I told you so.
Yeah. But if you're teaching your child to be confident, to be strong, to value their voice, they should ask those kinds of questions, and it allows you to parent them. But we shouldn't translate that as disrespect. They're just practicing.
That's not disrespect.
They're practicing their voice.
But that was in our era. Bro. In the 1900s.
Yeah.
So that's a little about a minute's worth of that video. It's about 4 minutes long, so you could go to the Breakfast Club and hear that. We'll link it in our description.
Yeah.
But
So interesting take. Obviously that title was for clickbait, right?
Yeah.
So he's not actually saying that kids should outright disrespect their parents, but what he's saying is, we should raise them where they have confidence in their voice, right? They're confident in their ability to speak up, speak their mind, and not feel muted, right? Or silence. That's a good word. Yeah. So, and we didn't want to play the whole clip because we didn't want to take up all the time, but they kind of get a back and forth on, based off of how we were raised, millennials, and older, compared to now, like how does that resonate with us? In my opinion, I agree to a certain extent, and here's where. So let me state this. Yeah, let me state this, right? Kim and I, we're in the same mindset. We want to raise our kids to be independent thinkers. We want them to be able to speak their mind. I think what's equally important for us is having respect as well, right? So I think there's a balance, right? I think there's a balance of.
See, that's why I fools with you. I'll wait to go, but go ahead.
Yeah, I just think there's a natural balance to, or a balance that has to be taught to say, okay, I'm going to speak my mind, but I have to have discernment. I have to have understanding of when I can and when I can't, right? So if, for instance,
and that's taught.
Right? So there's certain things like, okay, for instance, let's take chores, for example. If we've had a conversation with our child about, okay, here's your chore, right? Now, if you know that your chore is to wash the dishes on Mondays and Wednesdays, when I go and I tell you to wash the dishes, there shouldn't be a conversation or a negotiation or, a back and forth.
Why the other one not doing it?
Oh, why they're not doing it, or why should I do it? There's a previously agreed upon, well, it's not agreed upon. You've been given a directive, whether you agree or not, right? You've been given a directive that this is what you need to do. You you understand it. And now when it's time to do it, this is not time to negotiate and go back and forth. So I think while I want you to be, be vocal and have a voice, you have to understand that voice does not work anytime you think you want to employ it. And I think that's where some of they call it new age parenting, gets it a little off, in my opinion, because it's like they're like, okay, you have a voice all the time. And it's like, okay, I shouldn't have to keep going back and I don't negotiate with my child, right? I do want you to feel like you have a voice, but if I feel like I'm making a decision that we deem that is best for our child, then we don't need to negotiate with you on that decision. Now, if it involves your body or anything like that, those are different conversations, right? Like, we're not going to put our children in any compromising position and saying, oh, I'm your parent, you need to do what I tell you. No, if it's concerning your body and you don't feel comfortable, like, for instance, if I tell you, hey, change your shirt right here in public, just take your shirt off. We just need to change your shirt real quick.
Right.
Well, if our child isn't confident in their body and they don't want to take their shirt off, I'm not going to spank them or make them take their shirt off, right? Yeah. I got to respect that they feel a certain way about their body, and now their negotiation is warranted. But once again, there's certain things that I know, like chores and, doing homework and things that you have to be disciplined in, that they want to negotiate now because they want to go back to do what they want to do.
Get on the game.
Yeah. They want or
just
play with
dance.
their dolls or whatever, right? So that's where my take is on it.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, title definitely clickbait. And once again, before we do our podcast, because people these days, they love a good lawsuit and everything like this. This is our opinion.
Yeah, we're not what do you call it, professional or licensed. There we go.
Yes,
we're not licensed therapists.
And this is for entertainment purposes.
Yes.
And these are our opinions.
Just our thoughts,
yes.
Our opinions. We're not licensed therapists.
Okay, got to say that. Okay,
you
these days. Anywho, like you, see, that's why we won. That's why we're married. Okay, unity is the place of the commanded blessing. If you didn't know, that's in the Bible. Anywho, like I was gonna say, the title, yes, definitely it was clickbait. Because like I didn't agree with the word disrespect. I do feel that yes, kids should have a voice, because I know growing up, our parents being old school is like you do what I say, and it's not we didn't ask why. Okay, if you ask why, and that was like old school parenting, because that's how they were brought up in before. Not saying it was right, but that's
reality.
Yeah, it was reality. So lost my train of thought. What did I last say?
Your parents didn't allow you to speak up.
Yes, but us being millennials, I think we have. One thing I love about millennials is like we have the best of both worlds. Like where I feel like we have what we gleaned from our parents is like having that authority, that respect, and in the reverence, right, and honor. And on the other side, I feel like, but at the same time, we want to use our voice. And we want to instill that in our kids. Yeah. Like, what I'm saying?
Muted, right?
Right. So what I'm saying is like going to, it's the balance for me. Like, yes, I want my child to have a voice, to speak up, like to ask questions. Why? Because we weren't allowed to ask why. Right. It was like, just do what I say. They can ask why, but for me, it's the tone for me. Like, come at me. Don't be like, but why not? Why are they not doing it? Or why can't they do it? It's their turn. Like, it's the tone. Like, it's the way to ask. Part, right? Because in life, like, you can't just talk to anybody any kind of way in life. Like, you're going to have to, and that's teaching them to learn how to communicate. Yeah. And because there's a lot of adults out there right now who don't know how to properly communicate.
Yeah.
With others.
Facts. And tonality is just as important as whatever you're talking about, right? You can be saying something very complimentary, but if your tone isn't reflecting that, then it's not coming off that way, right? And
exactly.
We know we're raising black children. We know in this society it's very important with the tonality, right? That could be the difference of life or death.
They gotta come correct.
So, Yeah, I agree totally 100%. I think the big thing with millennials, we don't want to be silenced, right? So we were like, we're going to raise our kids where they can just say what they want. So I get it, but they're like we talked about, it has to be balanced to that, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, you want them to be able to challenge things, but there's a time and place for that. And I think that's what we try to instill in our kids at least. So
yeah. So let us know what y'all think too.
Yeah. In the comments and well, however we're distributed, right?
Yes, because we're on major platforms, and
I don't think you comment on Spotify though, but
yeah.
YouTube.
But y'all know what I mean. We're on Instagram, YouTube. You can comment or whatever. Right. But while we're here, we're going to take a real quick break for one of our sponsors. Our sponsors is That Couple Podcast. All right. Thank y'all for following That Couple Podcast.
Hey,
Be sure to follow us, like us. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. We're on Apple and Google Podcasts. We're on all major platforms. So please go ahead, take this time right now. Go ahead, subscribe to our channel. Go ahead, send it out to your friends, your other family members who are couples, and anybody else, okay, who could benefit from this. And we appreciate your great reviews as well.
Yes.
Thank you. Say That Couple Podcast.
That Couple Podcast. What am I supposed to do?
That's what they're like,
Oh, yeah.
For the ad.
Yeah.
As you can see, this is just
we're still working it out.
Okay. But no. But for real, That Couple Podcast. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, because y'all didn't have to, but you did.
You did.
Thank you so much.
Yes. We just getting started, y'all.
Yes. Now moving forward, what are some of the things that we've been watching?
Okay.
Since we last have done our podcast, the movies. One of the areas or one of the things that we love to do as a couple, as a family, is we love the movies. Yeah. We are
go every week.
We are movie goers. Okay. Yeah. So, hey, shout out AMC, shout out Regal.
Hey,
y'all know where we
are.
Our
first sponsor.
Okay. Anywho, let me see. So let me rewind back. Let me see. Because the last podcast we did was in November. So December, we did see Puss in Boots, which is a family movie. This was...
That's the cat from Shrek.
Was it second or third?
That's a good question. I think it's the third.
I'm sorry, y'all. I can't remember. But we saw the one that came out in December.
Another kid movie. Come on now.
Yes, it has some like funny lines for parents
I
or whatever.
It.
But it was a cute movie.
I thought it was the best
movie
of the franchise. Not the whole Shrek franchise, but of the Puss in Boots franchise. I thought it was. I thought the villain was really menacing, which really made you. What's the word I'm looking for? It made you resonate. No, that's not the word. It made you
like empathize.
Empathize. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the word. You know what I'm saying? It made you empathize with the main character. So it was really good. And then he had like this iconic whistle that Aiden does to this day to Paris, because Paris doesn't like the whistle, so he does his whistle around the house, and she's like, "Stop!" So anyway, that's pretty cool.
So that was cute. Cleet and I, we saw Avatar: Way of Water.
Oh yeah.
That was
long.
Like 3 hours.
Yeah, it was long.
3 hours, but it was a good movie.
It was good. It's worth it. I ain't gonna lie. It's because it's long, but it's like really good visuals. It all ties into the storyline. Maybe they could have taken 40 minutes out of that and not tell as much detail.
I kind of didn't mind it though. I don't mind. I mean, we love being at the movies.
Yeah, popcorn was great.
Oh yeah. Like our side note, our go-to snacks, like when it's just us, I get my Coke, we get our popcorn, and he gets his drink. Sometimes it's the water, sometimes it's the vitamin water, sometimes it's a Coke. It just depends on his mood that day.
Yeah. How much I ate.
And then that's what we do when we go with the kids. We get our thing, and then kids also have popcorn and their slushies, and that's our go-to snacks when we go to the movies. But anywho, it was a good movie.
Paris just wants to go for the popcorn. Let's just be honest.
She's there for the snacks.
She goes to the bathroom like 4 times.
Yes.
During the movie.
So definitely, like, if it's like a Marvel movie or something like that, like, we always go first.
Yeah.
And first off, to see how it is, to see if they could go to watch it, and then, but mainly so we can enjoy it first, because we know when we take the kids, like, it's going to be bathroom breaks. I mean, Aiden, too much, he doesn't have bathroom breaks, but
his whole thing now is, I didn't go to the bathroom. He's trying to
make it say, yeah. But Paris, she's gonna get up to go. So
yeah.
But anywho, so Avatar: Way of Water was good. Sidebar, for spring break, the kids had their spring break last week, and we went over, did a staycation over at a Disney resort. We stayed at All-Star Music Resort. There's 3 All-Stars. There's All-Star Movies, All-Star Music, and All-Star Sports. Yes. And we stayed at the Music Resort, and
it's pretty cool.
We went to the theme parks over there, and we were on the day that we did Animal Kingdom. We all rode. We ended up getting the individual lightning lane, because we're not doing a 2-3 hour wait in line during spring break, or ever. So we rode Avatar: Flight of Passage, and that was Paris' first time. Before, she was too short to ride it.
Yeah.
But this time, we had to convince her like it wasn't a roller coaster.
Right. And she doesn't do roller coasters at all. Right?
Yeah, she kind of got scarred by Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, even before that, we did a photo shoot was that 2021?
But that was because of Guardians of the Galaxy.
So the dragon was afterwards.
Yes.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So listen, we were getting paid. Okay. So I'm over here trying like, hey, listen. These people giving us money. You getting on this roller coaster. Listen, she wasn't having it. She was gonna fight any producer on the
but they were so nice. But they were nice about it. They weren't.
They understood.
Yeah.
She was not having it. And Kim and Aiden wrote it, so it worked out. But she once she knew we were going on a ride, literally every hour on the hour, she's like, so what does it do again?
And it doesn't move right. It doesn't go up or down.
Yeah.
Like,
and then we start getting close to it. She just had anxiety the entire time.
Yes.
And then she gets on this ride.
Oh, it's one of her favorites.
And she had anxiety up to the point where you log into the seat.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, well, where do I put my hands and whatever. And then once that screen came on, oh my God, she was she was in heaven. Because the thing is, she get a chance to play with my Oculus, right? So I got the Oculus device. So she's already played with the virtual reality situation. So I kept trying to explain. It's similar to that, right? Yeah. It's not, she couldn't. It wasn't working. But once she got it, she couldn't get enough of it. I wish we could have wrote it again, but the thing's 2 hours.
But anywho, so we saw Avatar. We rode the ride as well.
Yeah.
You saw he had a self date.
Not a self date. I never heard it.
Because this is when I had to go down south with family.
For family,
he stayed with the kids, and he had a self. I don't know
my
what
brother
is it called?
watched
Self date, a date with himself.
I don't know how you
to go see Creed 3.
Yeah. So yeah. My brother watched the kids, and I got a chance to go watch it. I thought it was a phenomenal movie. I mean, that guy Jonathan Majors. Okay, this is his time.
Oh, I didn't even put that on it. We saw Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't put that on there.
Yeah,
Thank you for saying that, because he's Kang in Ant-Man.
So this is his moment, right? Mm-hmm. This guy killing. I mean,
his season,
So talking about Creed 3, I particularly liked it. I liked how you saw the development in Michael B. Jordan's character. You saw how in Creed 1 he was just this angry kid, mad at his dad for not raising him type thing. And then you see 2 is where he's developing as a boxer. He's not fighting as angry, but now he has to overcome the family that was responsible for his dad's death. And you see him maturing. Not only that, but then he's becoming a new husband. His wife is now pregnant. So that's Creed 2. And then in Creed 3, you see now he's already established. He's wealthy. It's a little bit later. He's already had his career. He's actually coming to a point of retirement. And, he has his, and sorry, spoiler alert, because I'm already into the spoiling. But, now he has a dynamic where his wife is battling with deafness, and his daughter is fully deaf, right? So so you're seeing those dynamics, and I think they did a great job of just making that natural, right? I haven't seen a movie where they had like a deaf kid or or I'm not saying that there hasn't been a movie, but I haven't particularly remembered one. But they have a deaf kid, and they just brought it into the situation where it was so natural. They sign language with her and with the rest of the family members, and it just kind of became like, okay, this is how normal families are, which is the case. But so you have this life, you have everything put together, and here come your past coming to haunt you, right? Something that you didn't close out, you didn't deal with. And that's what Jonathan Majors represented in this movie. And then Jonathan Majors being someone who made a wrong decision, and now because you didn't get the support you wanted to, you had not remorse, what's the word? You had animosity. You had bitterness, right? Towards the people who you thought should have supported you, which in this case was Michael B. Jordan's character, right? So they dealt with that, and one of my boys said it's an advertisement for black men going to therapy, and I agree. I think it shows the fact that Michael B. Jordan as Adonis, him being a successful boxer, retiring, but still having quote unquote skeletons in his closet that he hadn't addressed, and how when those things came back up, it kind of just threw his whole life into shamble. It shows that when you're not dealing with those things or have a plan to deal with those things, then they can come back to haunt you. And then vice versa, when someone like Jonathan Majors' character who makes a mistake but then blames others, you go out and you do things that are hurtful to other people, when in reality you never really talked about what got you there and what can keep you out of that, right? So anyway, really, really amazing story. This is Michael B. Jordan's first time directing. You could see that he took on a lot of themes, and I liked it. I think it was a phenomenal movie.
How would you rate third compared to the first and second? Like, what's your favorite one? And
because of I like that. So because of what he addressed in this movie, I'm gonna give it like a 8.5 to 9, right? And the special effects were great.
That's pretty high.
So yeah, and you take Ryan Coogler, right? Ryan Coogler didn't do this one because Michael B. Jordan did it, but his brother, I can't remember his name, but his brother wrote the story, helped write the story. But you can still see Ryan Coogler's influence on Michael B. Jordan, like the visuals, the sound, the music, the soundtrack choices. It was really good. It was a really good movie. So I actually like it out of all the Creeds because I think this is a Creed post Black Panther, right? So you get to see the Coogler. Like, Coogler has just got his own style, and it's just like, I mean, think about it. Out of all the Marvel movies, what Marvel movies have been up for Oscars? Coogler movies, right? So I think you're getting a little bit of that cinematography style. That flavor is being influenced in Creed 3, so that's why I like it the best. And then I'll probably say, Creed 2 and then 1.
One the last.
Well, I mean, I like Creed 1 because it's like it had a lot of Sylvester Stallone in it, but
nostalgia.
Yeah, but he didn't have. I think for me, I always like just why I like Puss in Boots, the last one. I always like a really compelling villain that even makes you, have sympathy for them, right? And I like,
like Kang.
Yeah, like Kang, right? We'll talk about that real briefly because I'm going long on this, but when you have a strong villain, it makes you root for the protagonist more, right? When the antagonist is really pulling on you and making it like rough or like, wow, there's no hope,
right?
Then you really can say, wow, man, this protagonist really came out of this. So, which kind of is a good segue into Ant-Man, I think. Right,
Ant-Man, it was good. I think some people didn't like it, but I think the true fans of MCU appreciated it,
right?
Because I believe this Ant-Man, was it Quantumania? Yeah. Is the start of the
Phase 5. Yes.
Right. So Phase 5 or Phase 4?
Phase 5.
Oh, Phase 5. So in that, like, there's a lot of items to like.
You got me second guessing.
I know. That's
they came out of.
I thought it was Phase 4.
They came out of Phase 4
with
Phase 5 because Black Panther was the end of a phase, and then this is the start of the next phase. So
got you.
Whether it's 4 or 5, I know
it's the start of the new phase, and so yes, start of the new phase. So like, there's a lot of like, what do you call
foundational development you got to do, right?
Easter eggs in them. So like when you go back and there are go-to YouTube channel like the New Rock Stars.
Spoiler alert on this one as well.
Yeah, New Rock Stars. They could dive deep into it. Be like, oh, I missed that. Oh yeah. Oh, so that means we know like in this movie we need to look out for this, or in this movie we know what to look for. So we just love that. That's why we're MCU fans.
Yeah.
So we love it, and I appreciated the movie because I found out just more info and.
Yeah, and I like how they're taking a lot from the comics. Obviously, the Kang dynasty is so many versions of Kang, and then you got the multiverse. And like we were saying, the segue was the empathy with the antagonist, right? So with that particular Kang, although he's doing evil, he's just like wiping out entire what do you call it? Not generations,
planets.
Yeah, but it's the each of the multiverse timelines. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Wiping out entire timelines, you see that he has some reasoning behind it, and there's an ultimate goal. Although his methodology is wrong,
like
you
Thanos.
you can empathize with what he's trying to do. So anyway, great movie. Like she says, for the MCU fans, not necessarily for the casual fans, because it doesn't follow that rubric,
that epicness.
Yeah. But it's still epic to us because it's carrying on the storyline.
Exactly.
And if you've been following the storyline, then you realize how beastly Marvel is.
Yeah.
So.
And there's like so much more coming out this year, so we're excited about that in terms of like with shows and movies. So look out for those. The ones of the shows are going to be on Disney Plus, and then the movies in the main theaters. So
let's get into some shows. What do you?
Oh well, first the last movie we just saw with the kids is Shazam.
Let's get into some shows.
Shazam is part of the DC universe, and we like DC. We're more MCU fans, but we
grew up DC fans because we have Batman, we have
Superman. Superman. Oh.
Yeah. Come on.
Number one.
But
on DC.
they got James Gunn, right? That's the new director. He's supposed to be kind of like Kevin Feige, which is the guys over MCU. He's the new guy for DC. So he's supposed to be trying to do the same.
Well, Flash is coming soon in a couple months. So we're looking forward to
reset their phases, right? So they've had their phases, which have been just very all over the place. They did do good with the Superman series.
Yes.
John Cavill?
Henry
Cavill. Thank you. I was like, John, that sound wrong. Henry Cavill, like that Superman, that first one, that was amazing, right? That. But then they kind of dropped the ball after that. So this Flash one that's coming out is supposed to reset because, Flash is a time traveler. Mm-hmm. So they have the ability to kind of do with what they did in Marvel with the rings, right? And resetting the snap.
Stones, not the rings.
I know. I was like,
wrong show.
I was like, that sounds wrong.
You went to the Lord of the Rings series.
I'm like, as I said it, I wanted to take it back with the stones. Excuse me.
Yeah.
They basically, in Endgame they reset the snap and was able to kind of set things right for that phase. So that's what Flash is going to be. So I'm interested in that, but whatever they're doing with
Shazam, like if you're wait, they're part of Shazam is part of the Justice Society.
Well, he got an invitation to.
Oh yeah. Oh, spoiler alert. Sorry. Spoiler alert, y'all.
Yeah, but is it a spoiler if you're not going to watch it? So,
oh, wow.
just play. But I give it a 6 at most. 5. It's not good. It's good for kids.
It's watchable. It's watchable.
Yeah. It's
good enough to go to the movies and watch.
It's goofy, right?
Yeah.
It's good. He's like a goofy character, a goofy hero.
Yeah.
So, I think you can enjoy that. But yeah.
Let's see. So as far as shows, we've been watching I think this is the 15th season of Married at First Sight. This is in Nashville, Tennessee.
Is it 16?
15th or 16th?
I think it's 16.
Oh, because we watched 2.
We started at 14.
14. Oh, so 16th season. of Married at First Sight, Nashville, Tennessee. We have
this one.
We have to get caught up. You know, the new one came on yesterday, so we got to watch this week's episode. I like it. Like, they're more like this season. They're communicating more compared to the other seasons that we have watched. We only watched like the 2 prior ones. But yeah, so we're in the middle of the season. So
yeah, that used to be that'd be annoying with the other season. It's like,
oh, the communication was terrible.
Yeah, it's like, are you trying to do this for TV? Because it's like, you look at some of the things these people were dealing with. It's like, literally, if you just talk to each other, like, you can solve. Like, it's becoming a big issue, but it's because you're not telling the other person the one thing that they need to hear, and then vice versa.
Right.
Like, we always go back to this one couple, Jasmina and Mike. Yeah, Jasmina and Mike. And it's like, he wanted to be
continue talking real
intimate
quick
with her, you know, and he wanted to take they're married, right? They get married at first sight. So he wanted to be, be able to kiss her and be intimate with her. But he would never just say that. And then she was like, oh, I'm okay with him doing that. But then she never really gave him the body language, or just flat out just said, I'm down for you to do that. So they went back and forth week after week, and it was just nauseating. It's like, listen, will you just tell this girl you want to kiss her? Like, get it over with. You know what I mean? And you saw a little bit of that in this current season with the 2 characters. I can't think of the girl's name. I know the guy's name is Shaquille. Kimberly, when she gets back, she'll know the name of the female. But similar thing, but we're 3-4 weeks into it, and they've already had that discussion. Like, hey, listen, why, I want to kiss you. Why are you holding back? And now she's like, oh, I'm ready. And they kind of start acting a little childish. Like, oh, now you're ready. I ain't ready because you made me wait. So, I'm like, bruh, girl look good. You married to her, bruh. Just kiss the girl, man. You know what I'm saying? Get it on, man. Consummate that marriage. You know what I mean? So I do like the fact that they at least they've already addressed the fact that, hey, we ain't kissing. We need to turn up this intimacy. But that other couple, that was the whole issue. And it's like, y'all had one conversation, it would have been fixed. So anyway, I'll say when you come back, what was the name? What's Shaq's wife name?
Oh, like Kirsten.
Kirsten. Yeah, Kirsten. Yeah. So anyway, I was saying I liked how,
and she's a Sarah.
3 weeks in already, they've already discussed the fact that she hadn't let him kissing yet.
Yeah.
And then you see the clips of them kissing in the episode that came out yesterday. So we'll watch that. But anyway, the communication is 10 times better compared to the last season. It's like just the one little thing that you can fix. No one wants to talk about it. Y'all want to play these mind games. You're approaching. That's one of our issues with the show. It's like they approach this thing like it's dating. Like they tell themselves, "Oh, I'm married," but then they're doing all the things that people who are dating do, and none of them really have a commitment to. Like, no, if I'm married, then this is non-negotiable. Like, I have to make it work. Yeah, 8 weeks from now, I get to make a decision.
Yeah.
But I'm not going forth like that's my deadline, right?
Yeah.
Like, no, it's like I start today saying I'm committed and I'm making the necessary sacrifices as if I'm forever. And then we get to week 8. And I assess this thing, and it looks like that hasn't paid off, then I get a chance to exit. But they're like, nah, let me see if I'm going to be good with you for the next 8 weeks, and then I'll decide to be with you forever.
Yeah.
It's like, I haven't seen anyone really understand that concept.
Yeah. Because, it's a
show.
It's a show. Yeah. And it's not your usual situation, so.
So what couples do you like? What couple do you like the most with this season?
On this season... Let's see. The couple I like the most. I like the ones with the 3 dogs.
Oh, okay.
Only from the standpoint of like I think they're the most like natural. And I feel like they can actually make it. past the decision day.
Yeah, I agree. I'm still skeptical on dude. He's just too nice, and I just feel like, yeah, I don't know. I
feel like they
she
can.
Feel like she's really. It's because she's really fiery, and right now she's in that honeymoon. Being nice.
Yeah, so it's gonna come out eventually.
She gonna pop off on him, and then it's like when they have that conflict, how they gonna do, right? So anyway, yeah, I actually like Shaq and Kirsten. I think they look naturally like someone that if I was to randomly meet, that would come to my church, or I would meet somewhere, I'd be like, oh yeah, I could see y'all being a couple. I think they just have to get off,
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more so her than him though. Like,
yeah, she's
gotta
not communicating.
Yeah.
She expected him to read her mind. Now she's actually falling for the dude when she didn't like him at first, and it's like now he feeling a little way about it. So hopefully with this episode we watch, you see that he's getting over that, and he's actually gonna, get with his wife, man.
Yeah,
so.
and sorry, it was Christopher and Nicole. That's who I was referring to with the 3 dogs.
Yeah.
I had to look up their names.
And wait a minute, dude with the crying about the dogs. See, this is why I'm not on dude.
See, the reason why he was crying was because, like, when the last day of their honeymoon, like, producers basically told them, hey, in the apartment that you all are going to move into together when y'all get back, they only allowed 2 dogs. And so between them 2, they have 3 dogs. He has 2, and she... Nicole has 1 dog. So he was like, very emotional about it, like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to bring my dogs or whatever. But they decided on going with him having his 2 dogs in the apartment, and then her dad taking her dog.
And you
in the interim.
Okay with that?
With what?
With how he was acting.
For me personally, I mean, I would have kind of given you the side eye. I mean, me personally, like however, like, I do know, like, some people get, like, very attached to their furry animals. That's their child or children.
My childhood, my dogs was in the backyard. Okay, they was in the backyard the whole. We threw some food back there.
Not the throw.
Nah, we let them come into like a little laundry room, and we put the food in there. You eat, get your butt back outside.
Oh wow!
Now. That's nowadays you get canceled for that. So I'm not condoning that. I'm just letting you know how I was raised.
How you came up.
I have a different perspective on pets, but I understand pets are family members these days. So
yeah. And I know once we do, get a pet for the family like this one right here. Oh, listen.
Here we go.
He's going to be like, oh.
I mean, pets are cool. They're cool.
Okay, let's see. So, other reality shows that I've been watching, Real Housewives of Potomac. So that just wrapped up. The reunion just wrapped up, and all I can say is it's been drama. It was a 3-part reunion. It was drama. It was like your typical drama, he say, she say, accusing husbands of stuff, allegedly somebody's husband cheating, but they didn't want to communicate that while they were shooting for the show, but it came out right after the season had wrapped up. So a lot going on. So looking forward to the new season in terms of who's returning, who could be possibly new on the next season. I am excited. Speaking of Housewives, I'm excited I know currently right now Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is shooting, so I can't wait until they start airing. And Real Housewives of Orange County, they're supposed to be releasing the trailer soon. So, I've been a Real Housewives fan since the first season and the first franchise, which is Real Housewives of Orange County. They were the first ones.
It's over 15 years, ain't it?
It's been a while, okay? So I'm looking forward to that. Today on Peacock, I don't want to get it wrong. Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip just was released, so I'm going to be watching that. I believe like Portia's on there, Marisol from Miami, Portia's from Atlanta, Giselle and Candace from Potomac, and then some other housewives as well. Also, what's on Peacock is Queen's Court. Queen's Court is with what is her name? She played on Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Holly Pete and her husband, right? They're the host of the show. They found 21 eligible bachelors for Tamar Braxton, Nivea. She's an R&B singer, as well as Evelyn Lozada. They're the 3 ladies on there who are trying to find, true love. So in the process of the show, they're dating these guys, taking them out on dates. And in the end, they choose somebody, or may possibly not choose somebody. I don't want to give any spoilers. I haven't finished yet, but, being on social media, you know what happens. So I'm in the middle of it right now. I believe there's a total of 8 episodes. I'm on episode 4. So that has been good. And another show I've been watching is The Queens of R&B with SWV and Escape. And chow. The drama. Okay. First off, if y'all don't know something about me, I am a true 90s R&B lover, fan, yes. Whatever you want to say. Yeah, I love 90s R&B. Like, I have playlists, okay? 90s R&B. Like, I'm in the car jamming to these songs like they just came out yesterday. That's how much I love R&B. And growing up, I was more so of an SWV fan. I did like Escape songs too. I do like some of Escape songs too, but I'm team SWV. Come on, Weak. That is like the #1 go-to R&B song. When somebody think of 90s R&B, you're going to immediately start singing Weak. Okay? But anywho, that's neither. How do you say it? That's neither
here or there?
Here or there.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was about to say. There or here. That's neither there or here. But on that show, basically, it's a reality show of them coming together, trying to. Well, first off, it was supposed to be like a tour they do together, but I guess the consensus was to do a show together, a collaborative show together. But in the interim, of course, there's drama. There's drama within Escape with the sisters, Tamika and Latasha, going on. Basically, just, trauma from childhood or whatever that they dealing with on the show. And then the other trauma is just within the 2 groups, like, we want to co-headline. We want to headline the show because that's what we normally do when we do tours. But I'm like, it's a collaborative thing. So, anywho, so there's drama within that. It's just drama, but I like to watch it because SWV is on it. I love 90s R&B. So, it's a good watch. And it's only going to be like 6 episodes. So,
is it a seasonal thing, or is it just for...
It's just a seasonal thing. At least for right now.
So this is just the first season. You don't know if it's going to be a second.
Right.
Gotcha.
And then new releases that me and Cleet have watched before that we have to binge. Shadow and Bone has been released on Netflix.
Ooh,
season 2. We watched season 1. That's a good fantasy romantic series. Yeah. We love those type because, we like romantic movies, rom-coms, all that fantasy. So we're looking forward to binging that, as well as on Peacock, Bel-Air, season 2. We still have to watch that.
I'm just waiting for Yeah,
Netflix, we're waiting because we don't.
Netflix spoiled us, so it's like I like to just be able to binge all the episodes. So
however, that's on certain.
Yeah, true.
Shows
like House of the Dragon. Ain't no way in the world you could just.
You gotta watch.
You gotta watch every
week by week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Part of the anticipation is part of the show. So
right, and then you don't want social media to spoil it for you.
Yeah. Oh my God, that show's so great.
Yeah, but anywho, Bel-Air. So that's a show that we have to get caught up on, and
I gotta do the Mandalorian.
Oh yes, I haven't gotten into Mandalorian, but please watch. This
really
is the
good.
3rd season.
This is the 3rd season, yeah.
Yeah.
Second season was good, so it's nostalgia, right? They bring back some of the characters from old Star Wars movies, so I look forward to season 3. I'm letting that one,
pile up as well.
So I could binge it.
Binge it as well.
Bel Air, you said.
Yeah. And then the other series I'm looking forward to watch is you've been following me on Instagram. Okay, I post about it all the time in my stories. Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story. It premieres on May 4th on Netflix. I'm excited about that. If you have not watched Bridgerton series, go ahead, watch the first 2 seasons. This one is a spinoff of the Bridgerton series. This is specifically about Queen Charlotte. And then the 3rd season of Bridgerton, though, I believe it's supposed to premiere sometime this year. I don't know specifically. They haven't said when, but I believe it is supposed to be this year because I know they have wrapped up production for that. So I'm excited about these shows.
Yeah. It keeps us, listen, it's one of our things to do, right? So we talk about movies, but then we also like to watch shows at home together, have dialogue. That's one of the reasons we like watching
Married at First Sight. We commentate. We pause and be like, so.
Yeah. So, speaking of that, like, that's one of the things that we hope to grow this podcast to, right? Where maybe it's not a full podcast about it, but we probably have a spin-off channel on our YouTube where we talk about that show, right? And we just kind of compartmentalize and focus on that show. And we may do that for any of the other shows, right?
Yeah,
but
especially like MCU stuff too, because we're heavy in that.
Like we just had this video we did of the Instagram thing we just posted, and we talked about that. Like, it'll be something that happens, right? And we kind of give our take or our perspective on it. So we'd love to do that because we got a lot of words for good stuff, but we have a lot of words for Married at First Sight. Like, but I can't think of it now. Like, gotta be like in the midst of after that episode just happened. So.
Right. And I want to give a shout out. Cleet is wearing one of Kev on Stage, Kevin, aka Kevin Frederick's shirts. It's for Black people anyway.
Yeah.
Following him, Kev on Stage, and a shout out to his whole squad. Kev on Stage, his wife Melissa Fredericks. She's Mrs. Kev on Stage on social media. That chick Angel and her husband Marcus.
Joshy Gons.
Yes, because they kind of laid out the blueprint
for creating content.
For creating content like this and being just authentically you. Yeah. Talking about the stuff you love to do, whether it's geeky, whether it's churchy, whether it's parent life, or marriage life, just all the things.
This podcast is, right?
Exactly.
Kim walked off to take care of some. I'm over here messaging, taking care of things, right? You see them creating content and they make it so natural.
Yes.
I think in the past when we tried to do this, we were like reporters.
And
we're like, oh my gosh.
So professional.
You're just not comfortable in that real, like Kim said, you're not authentic, right? So I think doing it this way, we can get the content out, right? We can have some really good dialogue, conversations, and we can still parent and be an adult, right?
Yeah.
Be adulting over here. So anyway, yeah, this is good. I like this format.
Yes. So anywho, I believe that's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I always say it, you don't have to, but you do. Yay. So thank you so much for tuning in.
And don't listen when nobody else tell you. You that couple, all right?
That's right. You are that couple.
They don't got to hang out with you.
That's
okay?
Right.
You, all right? You do you. We do us, and you do you, because you that couple.
That's right. And if you haven't already, be sure to follow us. Like us.
Yeah.
We're on Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and all major platforms.
Yeah, we in the community.
Yes, we in the community.
Shout out to Tony Baker.
We
in the community.
All right, see y'all next week.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.